as you can see by the title, we will be going book shopping at Barnes & Noble today. And y'all, I am so excited because I have not been to a physical Barnes & Noble in like, I want to say maybe 6 months, to be honest. It might be 6 months, almost a year. I haven't been to Barnes & Noble physically in a long time. I've been going to independent bookstores more around my area, as well as just ordering books online. That's just the easiest and most convenient way for me. But there's just nothing better than going into a Barnes & Noble physically and looking around. It's currently 11:19. I got here a little bit later than I anticipated. I wanted to wake up really early and get here by the time the store opens, but that just wasn't feasible. And to be honest, I am regretting it because there's already a lot of people here. I am a shy vlogger. I do not like to vlog in public. It's just one of those things. So I'm going to try my hardest to get as many clips as I can with my camera. If not, then I will be switching to my phone, but I'm really going to try to not care what people think, or if people are looking at me crazy. I'm just going to try to vlog like there's no care in the world. So yeah, I'm really trying to channel my inner Amber Shoal, or like my fan. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Like, those are the two girlies I feel like that kill it when it comes to vlogging in public. Like, they do not give a fuck, and I just I stand. I wish that could be me. I really only have one book in mind, and I'll show you guys if I find it. If not, then I'll just tell you about it later. But I'm really only looking for one book, so any other book that I happen to pick up is just going to be off of vibes. That's it, off of vibes and cute covers. But I know there are some new releases that I have my eye on. So The Villa by Rachel Hawkins, Just the Nicest Couple by Mary Kubica. I feel like I already have too many books right now. I really don't want to go crazy in here. I'm really going to try to limit it to 3 books today. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that works out. But I don't want to spend too much more time in here. Like I said, there are a lot of people here, so I really want to get in here before at least the afternoon crowd starts to filter in. So yeah, I will see you guys when we get inside.
We're in trances, going off to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance. What if we run out of time and second chances? Empty-handed. You like the fast life, you like to drive and get down and dirty, act like the bad guy. You want some love, be like when you feel like calling at midnight. You got the best of me, you got me losing sleep. I've been hopeful, baby, I was hoping maybe that you'd cross my path. I've been sinking lately, and it's hard to move. Think I'm stuck on you. We're in transits, going off to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance. What if we run out of time and second chances? Empty-handed. I wonder, would you love me better if I go? I'm not home. I wonder, can we trust the stars above to let us know how to go? We only got this life, no guarantees and stars align. Follow your passion trail and try to keep an open mind. Hiding it by myself, no guarantees you'll find me. Said if it's faith you'll find me, leaving the past behind. We're in trances, going off to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance. What if we run out of time and second chances? Empty-handed. I wonder, would you love me better if I go? I'm not home. I wanna know, can we trust the stars above to let us know how to go? Whoa.
as y'all can see, I'm back home now, so we're gonna go through all of the books that I picked up at Barnes & Noble. So I'm sorry for the lackluster background. I was trying to sit in front of my bookshelves, but the lighting was just really weird and really off, and this is the best way that the light is hitting me right now, so we're gonna have to sit like this. But Barnes & Noble. So yes, so I told you guys that I was on the hunt for a specific book and that I was only going to get 3, or at least try to limit myself to 3. That did not happen because I got 6 and I had no business getting this many books. I really need to go on a book buying ban, like for real. I do not have the space for all of these books, and I'm gonna have to do another unhaul, which is unfortunate, and I don't know how that's going to work because all of the books that I currently have right now, I either have to read or I want to still own. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but for right now, we're gonna go over the books that I got. I'm not gonna go in any particular order, I'm just gonna pull them out. But before we get started, I just wanted to say that the book that I was actually on the hunt for was The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead. I had that book on my radar since it came out, and I've seen so many people talk about it and give it glowing reviews that I wanted to pick it up. I was watching one of Haley's videos, I forget which one, but she talked about it in one of her videos, and the way that she pitched it just sold it for me. So I was really on the hunt for that book, but for some reason they did not have that book in stock at that Barnes & Noble that I went to, which is really unfortunate. I'm happy for Ashley Winstead that her book is being bought up and sold out. Like, good for her, shout out to her, but I just wish I could have picked it up today. But that's fine, I'll go on Amazon or go on Barnes & Noble website or something like that and find it. And the first book that I have here is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. So this is the first book in the Dreamland Billionaire series, and I'm sure you guys have seen this floating around on the internet quite a bit because this book series, as well as Lauren Asher, has been getting a lot of traction, a lot of popularity, thanks to BookTok, I'm sure. But this is a series that I kept on my radar, and I decided to pick it up when I saw it at Barnes & Noble today. And to be honest, I'm surprised that this was even in stock just because of how popular this series is. But like I said, this is a romance series, and it specifically follows, I think, 2 brothers who are billionaires, essentially. So on the back here it says, Rowan, I'm in the business of creating fairy tales, theme parks, production companies, 5-star hotels. Everything could be all mine if I renovated Dreamland. My initial idea of hiring Zara was good in theory. Things spiraled out of control once I texted her using an alias. By the time I realized where I went wrong, it was too late. People like me don't get happy endings, not when we're destined to ruin them. Zara. After submitting a drunk proposal criticizing Dreamland's most expensive ride, I should have been fired. Instead, Rowan Kane offered me a dream job. The catch? I had to work for the most difficult boss I'd ever met. Rowan was rude and completely off limits, but my heart didn't care, at least not until I discovered his secret. It was time to teach the billionaire that money couldn't fix everything, especially not us. This sounds like it's going to be really interesting. I have heard people say that this gives them Disneyland vibes just because of the setting, but I have also heard people say that there's nothing atmospheric about this book, and so don't go into it thinking that it's going to be this like whimsical romantic story, because it's not. From that synopsis, I can tell it's not going to be that, so at least my expectations are set correctly, hopefully. But either way, I am really excited to give this a try, and there are 3 books in this series. This is the first one, like I mentioned. I did not pick up the second book or the third book just because when it comes to series, I don't like to financially commit like that. Even though I will buy a lot of books, I really don't like to buy multiple books in a series unless I know I'm going to like them. And so that's why I wanted to start out with the first book, to get a vibe for it, to see if Lauren Asher's writing style meshes well with me, etc. And then if I end up liking this one, then I'll continue on with the series. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to this one, but I hope I enjoy it whenever I do. So we're actually just going to get the romances out of the way. And the next book that I have here is The Many Dates of Indigo by Amber D. Samuel. So this is a book that I've actually never heard of before, but when I saw it in Barnes & Noble, I just thought that the cover was really cute, and I thought the synopsis on the back was really interesting, so I decided to pick it up. And also, anytime there is a black character who gets their own rom-com, I'm going to read it, duh. So, hair done, nails too, makeup flawless. Indigo Clark is an accomplished, independent woman. Now she wants a partner to share her fabulous life. Standing on the sidelines of her sister's 3rd baby shower with her 30th birthday around the corner, Indigo is feeling the pressure about one thing she hasn't mastered yet: a healthy long-term relationship. As owner of Houston's hottest destination for luxury shoes and accessories, Indigo excels at finding clients the perfect shoe, but she's having a hard time finding a partner who is her perfect fit. So, she approaches her lackluster dating life the same way she does any challenge, with determination, and books her social calendar full of potential suitors. She needs a man who can handle her busy life, get along with her big and boisterous family, and mesh with her tight-knit friends, including Tate, her childhood bestie. While one guy is great on paper and another sets off sparks, neither are Mr. Right, and her drive to find him begins to interfere with the things and people she values most. Can Indigo let go of past hurts and unrealistic expectations and finally admit to herself that her perfect man has been in front of her the whole time? So this sounds like this is going to be really cute, like I said, and after reading that synopsis again, this does give me friends to lovers vibes, which I don't know how I feel about. You guys know that I'm not a fan of friends to lovers. I just don't really like that trope. I think it's really boring, and I need some angst and tension in my romance. And so from, again, what I gather from the synopsis, it seems like there might be something between her and Tate, just because it says that the perfect man has been in front of her this entire time. So I'm assuming Tate might be that man. Either way, I'm still excited to give this a read, and I like the fact that this is a new to me author. The last romance book that I have here that I am the most excited for, I think, out of this entire Barnes & Noble shopping trip is Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. Of course, I had to pick this book up when I saw it sitting on the shelf looking all pretty. You guys know how I feel about Tessa Bailey. It Happened One Summer is my favorite rom-com of all time, and so I'm really excited that she's back with a new series, especially because this story does remind me of It Happened One Summer. Just the initial plot and the premise gives me Piper and Brendan vibes. So this story follows two characters named Julian and Hallie, and similar to It Happened One Summer, I think Hallie is very sunshiny, very outgoing, very bubbly, and just very like charismatic, similar to Piper. And I think Julian, on the other hand, is more of the grump, more reserved and a little bit more standoffish. Hallie and Julian have known each other for a long time. I think they've known each other since Hallie was a teenager maybe, and I think they were next door neighbors. And so Hallie has always had a crush on Julian, but she's never felt confident enough to speak up and tell Julian this. And I don't think Julian's ever really looked at Hallie in that way until they end up crossing paths in their adulthood, and one thing leads to another and the story takes off from there. I know that's not the best synopsis, but like, y'all get the gist, you know, you get the gist. So yeah, I'm just really excited that I have another Tessa Bailey book added to my library, and I can't wait to get to this one very soon. I definitely think that this is going to be a March TBR priority for sure, because I need to dive back into the world of Tessa Bailey, and I need to see if this is going to be another one of her rom-coms that makes its way into my like top 10 favorite rom-coms of all time list. And the next two books that I have here are both thrillers, but the first one I'm going to start off with is He Started It by Samantha Downing. I know that this is an older book of Samantha Downing's, but I have never read anything by her before. She is publishing a new story this year called A Twisted Love Story, which I do plan on picking up when it is officially published. But I saw this in Barnes & Noble, and I really wanted to pick up a thriller because I have not been reading thrillers as much as I normally do, and I want to get back into that. And I really wanted to just pick up some more, like I said. So I came across this one, and this one has always piqued my interest, but I just never went out of my way to actually like pick it up. But I'm glad I did, because this just sounds like this is going to be right up my alley. In the back here it says, Beth, Portia, and Eddie Morgan haven't all been together in years, and for very good reasons. We'll get to those later. When their wealthy grandfather dies and leaves a cryptic final message in his wake, the siblings and their respective partners must come together for a cross-country road trip to fulfill his final wish, and more importantly, secure their inheritance. But time with your family can be tough. It is for everyone. It's even harder when you're all keeping secrets and trying to forget a memory, a missing person, an act of revenge, the man in the black truck who won't stop following your car, and especially when at least one of you is a killer and there's a body in the trunk. Just to name a few reasons. But money is a powerful motivator. It is for everyone. This is a thriller that just sounds like it's going to be right in my alley. You got secrets, lies, murder. You also have complicated family dynamics and family drama. And I like the fact that this is a cross-country road trip type of deal. I know a lot of people don't like road trips in their stories, but I am a huge fan of the road trip trope. So I just feel like this is probably going to check off a lot of boxes for me when I do read it. And the last book that I have here in this pile is The Disappearing Act by Catherine Steadman. So Catherine Steadman is actually the author of The Family Game, and that was a book of the month pick for December, I think, or November, one of the two. And I ended up reading it last year, and I loved it. It was so entertaining, fun, it was absurd, it was ridiculous, and it was over the top, but it's exactly the kind of thriller that I like to read from time to time. After reading that book, I knew I wanted to pick up more by Catherine Steadman, and I actually own another one of her books called Something in the Water. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Something in the Water. And I haven't read that yet. I plan on reading that in the summertime. This one might be a summertime read too, but either way, I'm just really happy that I have another one of her books because, like I said, The Family Game, chef's kiss. So this story is about a woman named Emily who is an aspiring actress, and she flies, I think, from London to America so that way she can hopefully achieve her dreams of becoming a famous actress. And when she gets there, she ends up befriending another character in the story called Mia, and her and Mia hit it right off the bat. They become friends, but as time goes on, I think Emily ends up going missing, and Mia realizes that she's the last person to see Emily alive. But the story starts to spiral from there because Mia realizes that there's something more sinister and something else going on surrounding Emily's disappearance. And to be honest, I might include this as well as Something in the Water, and another thriller set in the summer or set at a tropical destination or resort or just somewhere warm, because I just think that'll be a fun reading vlog. I love a good summertime thriller or like a tropical resort type of destination thriller. I don't know what it is, but that backdrop to a thriller where there's secrets and lies and murders and just all this wild stuff happening. I don't know why, but it just hits harder for me. All right, y'all, and those are all of the books that I picked up from Barnes & Noble today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me my channel out. And lastly, please make sure you follow me on Bookstagram as well as Storygraph. I will leave all of that information linked down below, as well as at the end of the video and at the beginning of the video, like I always do. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.